so I was bartending at the time, and my mom, back in 1991, she was diagnosed with cancer. And so, they gave her 4 to 6 months to live because she was terminally ill with bone cancer right from the
Ooh,
get-go.
bless her heart.
Yes. And at the same time, I didn't know, what cancer was about. I didn't know what terminal illness was about. I was now 23. My younger brother goes off to college the day after diagnosis, first year of college. All the other siblings are out already in their life. And once again, poor Gina. She's, like putting it on hold, which I didn't mind because I love my mom. But, in hindsight, it's like, okay, I'll take care of mom. I'll be here with my dad. And we did. We took care of her. I was bartending, taking care of her. She was my main focus. But we tried everything to keep her alive, whatever at that time that we knew about. And but she died in 5 months. So she died. She was diagnosed in August. She died the following January. And now this is where I would say the beginning of my spiritual journey started, because when she died, I literally died. I was now, 23, 24. You need your mom. I know you lost your mom at a young age too. And they say in the young ages, even in their 20s, you need your mother, you go through everything.
Yeah.
And so here, when mom died, I died too. My siblings, of course, they helped out during those 5 months coming in and out, but they weren't there 24/7 because my mother became a child. She was my mother. She became a friend of mine after college. And then at the end of her life, she became my child because I took care of her.
Yep.
And I would do it again. I would do it again. At the time, Lisa, I didn't have any faith. I didn't have any hope. God wasn't in my life. I mean, granted, my mom being very faithful. My parents took out the rosaries, took out the novenas, took out like everything. And seeing my mom, she never complained. She never complained about her pain. She complained about having cobwebs in the corner, but she never complained. I was like, what are you doing? So she really died gracefully, that I see now. But back then I was trying to hold on to her.
Sure.
I was holding on.
Yeah.
And so when she died, at the wake and the funeral, it was my first experience of real grief in my life.
Yeah.
And everyone would say, your mother's with God. She's in it, all these nice words. And I was like, I don't want to hear that because she's not with me.
Yeah.
She's not with me. And so when, after hearing them saying this, that she's with this God, so I was like, okay, I was on another path. What is the meaning of life? What is death? What is God? Who is God? What is this God person? So I did. I went back to church, but it was like on a off time, went into the church, nobody there. And I literally said, and I vocaled it out, and I said, hey, God, they tell me that you're here. I don't want to talk to you. So you could leave right now. And I want to talk to my mom.
Oh.
And that's how I felt.
Well, yeah.
And so, but for a good, I grieved step by step from the beginning. I would say I was the best griever then. I knew how to grieve. It took me a while to really get back into life. So I did. I was going to church. I started going back to church because I had my Italian relatives that were very active into the church. And I was like, okay, I'll go. They would just drag me along. I would be crying. And meanwhile, like my siblings, they were back into their life. Not to say that they didn't mourn for my mom,
Sure.
but they were occupied. And then people would say to me, oh, do go back to what you did before mom's death. I said, I took care of her. How can you,
yeah, that's one thing people don't realize, that, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to say this, that those that are caregivers, and I've been in that position 3 times in my life, and, that consumes you. When you become their caregiver, that consumes you, and then they die. And then what do you do with all this time that you had where you were spending worrying about them, thinking about them, taking care of them, that absolutely consumed you, and now they're gone, and you've got all this time, and it's such a mind shift, and you can't just go back to what you were doing before. You don't even remember what you were doing before you were a caregiver, you know?